If you want to build a physique that you can post on your Instagram story, go running outside shirtless, go to social events shirtless, do all these activities shirtless, preferably, if you want to build a physique that you can do that with, then you'd want to tick off two boxes, right? You know, just like the nice aesthetic physique where you've got like nice chiseled abs, defined muscles, shadows under like the muscles, under the abs, under the delts, just like nice definition in the muscles, that kind of physique, right? The physique that girls find attractive, right? If you want to build that physique, there's two boxes that you need to check, right? The first box that you need to check is muscle mass, and you need at least 6 months worth of muscle mass on the 7 aesthetic muscles, right? So this is the first box you need to tick, right? So under the 7 aesthetic muscles, right? So the 7 aesthetic muscles are neck, upper traps, lateral delts, upper chest, biceps, abs obliques, lats. That's 7, right? I think that's 7. But yeah, these are like the 7 aesthetic muscles. Basically, the muscles you need to build up to build an aesthetic V taper, which is basically the equivalent of like the hourglass figure in a girl, where like if you see a girl who has got like big tits and a fat ass and like a slim waist, you find that attractive, right? The equivalence of what like girls find attractive is a guy with a V taper. Basically, it's got like a wide shoulder to waist ratio. Like his shoulders look much wider apart than his waist, and you build that by training these specific muscles, right? So you need to have trained all of these muscles for at least 6 months. 6 months, right? So like all these 7 muscles need at least 6 months worth of training. That's the first box you need to tick. The second box you need to tick is you need to be at least 11% body fat and under. So 11% body fat and under. These two boxes, you need to tick them. And you can't tick off one box. You can't kind of like half tick a box. You just need to fully tick off these boxes to build up the aesthetic physique, right? So I'll show you my physique after just 7 months of training. I'll put up the physique and you can see I'm like 9.1% body fat, right? So I tick off the box of body fat, and I had been training for 7 months and I had only focused on the 7 aesthetic muscles, right? So I had at least 6 months worth of muscle mass on the 7 aesthetic muscles. And that physique for me is like the standard physique for like half a year of training. If your physique looks anything like this, then you probably don't even need to watch the video. If your physique looks anything like what my physique looked like after just half a year, you're probably already posting the shirtless pictures on your Instagram stories anyways, so you're probably not watching the video anyways. This is specifically for the guys who aren't posting the shirtless pictures, the guys who aren't getting compliments about the physique, the guys who aren't seeing any results at all purely from physique. Like you don't get respect from guys, you don't get attraction from girls, you don't have confidence because of physique, you can't go out to social events shirtless, you can't go out running shirtless, you feel insecure when you take off your shirt, right? This is specifically for those guys, right? And there's really no excuses, because if I show you my physique when I first set foot in the gym, like day 1 in the gym, it's worse than every single person watching this video. So there's really no excuses, right? If you're one of these guys, then just like take this advice. Don't think about it. Don't use your brain to like analyze any of that advice I'm giving you. I've shown you the results, right? I've shown you that from day 1, I was skinny as fuck. I had nothing. And after just 7 months, I had the nice aesthetic physique, right? So don't even think about anything, because I've just proven to you the credibility. I've proven to you that the advice I'm about to give you works, just simply because you've seen the transformation, right? So don't think about anything I'm about to tell you. Just like do the fucking thing that I'm about to tell you, right? Just go do the fucking, like every single bit of advice I'm about to give you, right? As of muscle mass, first of all, muscle mass takes longer to build, right? But like if you train for like half a year, give or take, you have a decent amount of muscle mass, especially if you like train intentionally and you progressively overload, right? So you want to train all the 7 aesthetic muscles that I've already mentioned. And one big point that I want to make in this video before you even proceed, right? Don't cherry pick the muscles. Don't pick and choose which muscles you're going to train. I gave you a list of 7 muscles. Train the 7 muscles, all of them, including neck. Yes, go and train your fucking neck. I know as I was listing out these muscles, you were thinking to yourself, okay, abs, yeah, abs make sense because like everyone knows that like abs are aesthetic, right? Chest, of course, yeah. Biceps, I might train those, but I don't know if I should really train my shoulders. Like lads, who really cares about neck? Or neck it went right over your head. As soon as I said neck, it went right over your head, right? It went right over your head that you need to train neck. But I've just shown you the receipts. I've shown you the physique. I've shown you the transformation. Half a year is all it took me to reach that point. I've shown you the transformation, right? So shut the fuck up and just do the fucking thing, right? You need to train your neck, 6 months at least worth of like neck training. Traps, you need to train 6 months at least worth of trap training. I know all the other ones you're going to do them because like in your mind you obviously know you need to train abs, you need to train upper chest, biceps, whatever. You know all of this information, right? It's specifically the neck and the traps that people just choose to like overlook that advice. You just choose to like overlook the advice and then you just look at the other ones, like you pick and choose the fucking advice. But I'm telling you like what works, what worked for me, right? How you can see results the fastest way possible, right? Half a year, like from now, half a year later, you could have the physique, right? If you just like shut off your brain and then just listen to the fucking advice, you could have the physique, right? So you want to do neck training, and neck is super important, right? The lighting is really bad. I usually record when I have like what the fuck is it called? Like natural lighting coming from my window, but like it's nighttime. But I really wanted to record this video, right? So there's not really good lighting. I would have shown you like the neck and thickness and definition like I usually do in all the other videos. If you've been watching me for any time, you've already seen this. But like the neck is super important, right? Online, like there's probably like zero advice, not really zero, but there's like very little advice about neck training online, and it's like one of the most essential muscles for aesthetics because this is the muscle that's like always visible in whatever you're going to put on. It's always visible all the time, 24/7, and we just have it like thick and developed. It just adds so much to your physique. Your physique can't lack in any of these 7 muscles, because if it lacks in any of the 7 muscles, then you can't tick off the box. Then you don't get the fucking attraction, right? Like you just have to have like a thick defined neck. You have to have the traps because the traps are also always visible, right? So watch like some of the videos. I talk about this all the time, the neck training and whatever, and just have your neck like thick and defined, right? And then in terms of body fat, you want 11% and below, right? I've shown you what like 9% body fat looks like. I can show you like an estimate of what 11% body fat would look like. I'll put up like a random picture of me where I'm about 11% body fat, right? I'll show you like an estimate of what 11% body fat would look like, and you just want to be at like that leanness where you've got like nice visible abs, you've got good muscle striations, right? You've got good muscle definition, right? That's basically like the level where you start seeing results. And the thing about this, right, it's like it's so interesting because I'm giving you this advice saying you have to be 11%, like specifically 11% body fat. You have to have specifically half a year worth of fucking muscle mass, right? If you've got like 12% body fat and you've got like 5 months worth of training, you'll be so it's like you find it so interesting that you'll see zero results. I'm not talking like you see kind of results because you're close to the goal of ticking off the box. Like yes, you're almost there. You're 12% body fat. You're almost there. You see zero results. I'll show you a picture of when I was like 13% body fat after training for like a year. After training for a year, I had so much more muscle mass. I had ticked off one of the boxes, which is the muscle mass. I had so much muscle mass, but I hadn't ticked off the box of like the fucking body fat percentage, right? Because I was still like 13% body fat. This was during my bulk, right? Zero results. I had like ×2 the muscle mass. Like I had overly ticked off this box. I had ticked off this box and went over and beyond, right? But I hadn't ticked off the other box of 9% body fat. Zero results. It doesn't matter how much more muscle mass I would have put on, as long as I didn't tick off that box of 11% body fat, zero results. Zero. No, zero compliments. Your physique is nice. Zero likes if I'd posted the fucking physique on the Instagram story. If I'd gone out to clubs, zero compliments, zero attraction, nothing. Nothing. It doesn't, no one gives a fuck. If you're 13% body fat, no one gives a fuck how close you are. Like, if your abs are kind of visible, right? At 13% body fat, the physique was nice. Like, you can see I have a lot more muscle mass. You can see the abs are kind of there. You can see the abs and everything, right? But no one gives a fuck how close you are. You need to be there. You need to, literally, it's like, the difference is like, let's say today you go to sleep, right? You're like 12% body fat, right? But you go to sleep, you drain out like 1% worth of fat. Like, this is a hypothetical situation. What the fuck? Hypothetical situation. Like, you go to bed today 12%, you wake up tomorrow 11% body fat. Tomorrow when you wake up, if today you were getting like 0 girls complimenting you about like your physique or anything, tomorrow when you wake up, you will have like 10, 20 girls complimenting you about the physique. It's a day and night different. And I know in your brain, again, it doesn't even make logical sense how like you're like 12%, you're almost there. Like, surely you should be seeing some results. It doesn't work like that. It's literally like a box that you need to tick. It's like when you go to a carnival and you need to enter a ride. If you're not this tall to enter the ride, you can't enter the ride. Doesn't matter how close to being like that tall you are. Like, doesn't matter if you're this tall, you're like so close. It doesn't matter. You just need to be that tall to enter the ride, right? That's exactly how it is. You just need to be 11% body fat and under to see any results at all. And I know this because I was close. Like, I was so close. I had ticked off one of the boxes, which is muscle mass. You can see in the fucking picture, I'm like 200 pounds. I'm big as fuck. I've got like lots of muscle mass, right? Lots of muscle mass, a lot more than I did when I was like after training for just 7 months. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter that I was close to being 11% body fat. I was like 13% body fat. It didn't matter, right? So like, this is how important it is. Your goal should be like, in the next half year, I need to be 11% body fat and under, and I need to train the muscles for at least 6 months, right? So for those of you who've already been going to the gym, most of these muscles are already developed. Like, they already have like 6 months worth of muscle mass, right? Like, for example, your chest has been trained for at least 6 months. Your lateral delts, like, you've got like capped delts. You can see like the delts are kind of developed. You have like, you can see like there's like good shape in your delts, right? And like your are not really traps, because I know you don't train traps, but like the other things are kind of developed. You've got like visible abs. You've been training your abs. You've been training your obliques, whatever. Now all you need to do is go train your neck and traps for 6 months. Of course, still train the other muscles, but prioritize your neck and traps for 6 months, and you immediately check the box after 6 months, and you'll start to see the results. It's like you're going to just like open your eyes when you see this. Like, you're going to be so surprised when you see this. It's like you've been training for all this time and you haven't been really seeing a difference, right? And it's simply because you wouldn't train your neck, you wouldn't train your traps. It's just because these muscles were holding your physique back so much, but you just didn't know it. Once you train them and they just catch up to the whole physique, it's the difference. It's just day and night. Immediately there's a huge change, right? That's how it works. It's like boxes to be ticked. It's like a game. If you play a game, you need to meet some certain prerequisites before you can take a mission, right? Doesn't matter how close you are to those prerequisites, you need to be there at the prerequisites before you can take like a certain mission in a game, right? So these are the 2 boxes that you need to check. Next 6 months, switch off your brain, follow the advice, train the 7 aesthetic muscles, get to like 11% body fat, come back to this video and comment that, you know, I was right about this shit, and like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel.